Project cars under $2,000 are getting harder to find, but they're still out there if you know where to look. Today's list is full of rough classics, oddballs, and a few surprises pulled straight from real marketplace listings. Let's take a look. Number 1. 1970 Cadillac DeVille Coupe. We're kicking things off with a big body classic that always gets attention. A 1970 Cadillac DeVille Coupe. Brown exterior, white interior, automatic transmission, and most importantly, the seller says it runs. Now, it may need a fuel pump, but at $2,000 with a title in hand, that's a pretty small ask for a full-size Cadillac from the golden era. These cars were built to cruise, and even rough ones have a presence that's hard to ignore. Slightly negotiable price too, which never hurts. Number 2. 1974 Chevrolet Vega race car. This one is definitely not your average project. It's a Chevy Vega race car with a built Iron Duke engine and race internals. According to the seller, it runs and drives great and has plenty of power. It's already set up as a race car with new tires, though one needs to be broken down and cleaned. The seller admits they don't know much about race cars and mostly bought it because it looked cool. For $1,500, this could be a fun toy, a track day project, or just something completely different from the usual street builds. Number 3. 1970s Volkswagen Beetle. Next up is a 1970s VW Beetle, and this one sits right in that gray area between project and parts car. The motor turns over by hand, the IRS transmission shifts into all gears, but it will need new floor pans. There's no title, so this is being sold strictly for parts or off-road use. It does come with 4 hubcaps, and Beetle parts availability is still excellent. If you're already deep into the air-cooled world, this could be a useful starting point or a solid donor. Number 4. 1978 GMC C10. Here's a rough but interesting 78 GMC C10 priced at just $1,200. The engine runs, but it has a noticeable rattle, and while the transmission was good, the fluid has leaked out. It's already got some new parts: alternator, distributor, starter, plus Blazer bucket seats in a center console. The driver's window is out, and overall it's rough, but it does have a title. For square body fans, this is one of those trucks that could slowly turn into something cool with enough patience. Number 5. 1973 Ford Maverick 2-door. Wrapping up part 1 is a 1973 Ford Maverick 2-door. 6-cylinder, automatic, and described as a rough little car. The seller says it's supposed to run, and there's rust, which is pretty much expected at this price. Mavericks have been gaining interest lately, especially the 2-door cars. This one isn't pretty, but it's cheap, simple, and lightweight. For someone looking for an old-school compact project that doesn't break the bank, this might be worth a closer look.
Six. 1966 Chevrolet Corvair convertible. We're starting part 2 with one of the cheapest cars on the list, a 1966 Chevrolet Corvair convertible for just $850. It's a 4-speed manual 6-cylinder car with a decent body, but it's not running and there's no title. That said, even rough Corvair convertibles don't show up every day at this price. For someone who already knows these rear-engine cars, this could be a budget entry point or a solid donor for another project. 7. 1965 Cadillac two-door. Next is a bit of a mystery car, a 1965 Cadillac two-door that came in through a trade and never got touched. The seller was told the engine ran when it was pulled, but beyond that, they're not even sure what engine is in it or what parts might be missing. The good news is there's a clean Delaware title signed by the previous owner. At $1,500, this is one of those bring a flashlight and ask questions projects that could either be a great deal or a learning experience. Eight. 1979 Chevrolet 1500 long bed. Here's a 1979 Chevrolet 1500 long bed regular cab with an inline 6, not a V8. According to the seller, it runs and drives well and comes with a pile of new parts: carburetor, distributor, starter, alternator, and even a heater core. There's a battery drain somewhere and a hole in the bed from an old gooseneck hitch, but the truck is mostly primer and not far from paint. At $2,000, this one feels like a usable project truck that could be daily driven with a little sorting. Nine. 1971 Dodge chassis. This one's pretty vague but interesting. A 1971 Dodge chassis with a large rear window option. It doesn't run, and the seller is very clear: needs to go. Listings like this usually means you're buying a platform, not a driver. If the body and frame are solid, it could be the foundation for a Mopar build, but this is definitely one you'd want to see in person before making any decisions. Ten. 1976 MG, two cars. We're closing out the list with something a little different: two MGs for $1,500. One car is about 80% complete, and the second is a full parts car loaded with extras like doors, gauges, transmission, gas tank, and frame parts. If you're into British roadsters, this is the kind of deal that makes sense. One car to build, one to supply parts, and plenty of trade interest if MGs aren't your thing.
That wraps up this lineup of budget project cars. If you enjoy seeing what's still out there for cheap, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for the next hunt.